Wladek, Szpilman works as a pianist for the local radio in Warsaw, Poland. The Polish army has been defeated in 3 weeks by the German army. While evacuating the building, he finds his sister, Dorota. Władysław's parents and his brother and 2 sisters are packing to leave Poland. They listen to the BBC and hear that Britain and France have declared war on Germany. The family discusses the possibility of fleeing Poland successfully and they decide to stay. Wladek meets with Dorota, who accompanies him around Warsaw to learn of the injustice Jewish people have to face under the new Nazi regime. Conditions for Jews in Warsaw quickly deteriorate. Businesses that were once friendly to them now won't allow their patronage. Władysław takes a job playing piano at a restaurant in the ghetto. Scores of Jews die every day from disease, starvation and random acts of violence by German soldiers. Henrik and Helena are selected and taken away, and the rest of the family is sent to the Umschlagplatz to wait for transport. As the family sits under the blazing sun with hundreds of other Jews waiting for the trains, the father uses the family's last 20 zlotys to buy a piece of candy. Władysław is yanked from the lines by Itzhak Heller, a Jewish man working as a police guard. He hides for a few days in the cafe he played piano in with his old boss there. He later blends in with the 10% or so of the Jews that the Nazis kept alive in the ghetto to use for slave labor. Władysław Wladek was a member of the Polish resistance during the Second World War. He helped smuggle weapons to the Jewish ghetto uprising of April to May 1943. He was hiding in a vacant apartment when the Nazis found the weapons. Władysław is the story of Wladek, who is left to die in isolation. He meets Dorota, now married, pregnant, and her brother dead. His new caretaker, Salas, is very slack about smuggling in food. Władysław Wladek survives the 1944 Warsaw uprising. He hides in the abandoned hospital that had been across the street from his second hideout. The Germans had by then decided to burn Warsaw to ashes. Nazi officer, Captain Wilhelm Hosenfeld, finds him. He plays a somber and brief rendition of Chopin's Ballade in G minor. It is the first time he has played since he worked in the Jewish ghetto years before. Hosenfeld is moved by Szpilman's playing, allowing him to continue hiding in the attic. Hosenfeld eventually abandons the house with his staff when the Russian army draws closer to Warsaw. In the spring, newly freed Poles walk past an improvised Russian prisoner of war camp. The Poles hurl insults at the Germans through the fence. When Hosenfeld hears that one of the Poles is a musician, he goes to the fence and asks him to ask Władysław to return the favor. Closing title cards tell us that Hosenfeld died in a Soviet gulag in 1952. Władysław lived to be an old man, dying in Poland in 2000 at the age of 88.